everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maria Luisa, and here on my channel we are dedicated to creating beautiful sparkly things. And in today's video I have a new thing. Usually I create necklaces and earrings. If you go back to my channel you can see in past videos, but in today's video I'm going to make something different. We're going to be making some modern ear cuffs. Yes, you heard that right. We've never made ear cuffs before. They are so popular that I thought it would be fun to make. But for this video, we're gonna do a little bit different to make things interesting and fun. We're gonna be following a tutorial on a reel from a profile that I follow on Instagram. And I love their creations. I believe they do wire wrapping courses in Spanish. I've never taken one of the wire wrapping courses, but I do love their reels and I love the pretty sparkly things that they create. So I decided, why don't we watch the reel together? And then we go down to the mat and create our own. And once I'm finished, I'll show you how I wear them, how I would style them. So let's go ahead and watch the reel and then go down to the mat. All right, let's get started. The profile is called Escuela y Bisutería. So let's watch the video. All right, so she's folding it in half and then like a little loop. Then on the other end, another, and then she takes her that 6-step loop plier, I can never say. Then she does another loop on the other end. And there's the cuff. Now she's wrapping it with a smaller wire. I'm assuming it's 26, 28 gauge. Then putting some little rondelles along the edge. Very pretty. There we go. Now she's taking some chain, and then we've got some drops. Wire wrap drops, and look at how pretty. And then okay, so there's one on each end, one drop and accessories, and then she does the whole thing. And look at how pretty those look. You could even use pearls, but this case she used crystal drops. All right, okay, so let's go down to the mat and see if I can recreate it, because I don't even know what length she uses, because she doesn't say how long the wire is in the description or in the video tutorial. So it might be a fail, a hit, a miss, we'll see. All right, so let's go down the mat and see if I can recreate this. Okay, so I have my wire and my tools that I'm gonna need, and I'll show you along the way. But I'm gonna go with 18 gauge wire. As I mentioned earlier, she doesn't mention which gauge in the description or in the video, which gauge wire she's using, but I'm gonna go with 18. I think it's easy to manipulate while still holding its structure. I think if you have 20 gauge, you can probably get away with that, but I wouldn't go anything higher. Remember, higher the number, the thinner the wire. So don't go any higher. I would not recommend it to go any higher than 20 gauge if you don't have 18. I also don't think that you would go, I also don't recommend going with 16, because while it would hold structure, unless you have really strong hands. I don't have a lot of strength in my hands, so that one would be harder to manipulate. So I think the happy medium is going with 18 gauge. Again, like I said, she doesn't mention, but that's what I'm gonna use. And then for length, from what I can see in the video, it looks to me like she's going with 8 inches. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Just gonna straighten my wire, and then you want to clean up the ends, make them nice and flush. And then I'm gonna measure out 8 inches right there. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that. Again, it's about 20 centimeters. So I'm gonna go right there. That looks kind of like the half, and let's just squish it around. It's totally not half. Oh my goodness. Wow. There we go. All right, it's fine. It's fine. One side needs to be longer anyway, and I'll show you in a minute why. All right, so now that we've got that, got a good hold, good grip, then what she does, and I'm gonna bring it to the side here, because I think that way my pliers are not in the way. What she does is she grabs her chain nose pliers and just squishes them together. See, and that brings the wires kind of back to the center. See? See what I mean? And now we've got a smaller loop, but that makes it a nice small round loop. All right, So now what she does is she takes her 6-step loop plier and then puts the little loop on the big one. We're going to use the biggest size like that, and then she goes around like that. Like so. Oh, I thought I would need that end, but I guess not. Let's see what's next. All right, well, I'm glad we went with 8 inches. Then she swirls it just like that. And then she does cut one side smaller than the other. So when it's cut small, God, I'm nervous doing this. All right, like that. And then the other one is cut longer, like so. I'm gonna go with that. And just so you guys know, how much is that? It looks like a 1 centimeter. Yeah, it's about 1 centimeter. Yep. And so then what she does is she takes this little guy here. Remember we went on the smaller end. Let's do it this way. It's easier for me to go than to go this way. Hang on. There. And then she goes roundy round, like though. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to, whether I like it or not. Goes round. And then you can bend it this way. Don't forget to break the neck, as they say. I did it! Yay! All right, see? We've got it. Spread this open a little bit. Hopefully that's gonna fit our ear. Should, because she used the biggest loop. And that's what we're using. Okay. So I'm just going to round this out. That's what I'm using this plier for, to round it out. There. Okay? And now we can spread these guys, spread it open a little bit because it's gonna go on our ear. So we want to, and then she even does it. And there we got a ring. Woo! I was a little nervous. All right, what's next? So then she takes wire, smaller wire, and I'm gonna go with 28 gauge. We got 28 gauge, and then we need some beads, and I've got a whole box of miscellaneous beads here that I'm going to use. We need some little bitty ones. Those are they're on the bigger side. Hang on, you guys. I got some. I know. All right, so I'm going to use these really pretty ones. That's the only ones that I have. I have clear ones, but so that they can show up on camera, I'm going to use these little itty bitty guys here. These rondelles are probably like 2 millimeter, I want to say. So I'm going to take like a 2-foot piece of 20. Probably overkill, but I'd rather, again, have more than have to put on more later. All right, so I'm going to take my 28 gauge wire and then my little ring, and I'm just going to wrap the end on it like so. Oop. Just to anchor this 28 gauge wire on here. I did like it was like 3 reps. There we go. Pull on it nice and tight. Cut it off. Make sure there's no spiky ends. Nobody wants their jewelry to poke them. Now what I'm going to do is add these little rondelles on the end. All right, so she goes like this, and she brings it around, and you want your little guys to be standing up. Then she does 2 reps in between, in the video I mean. 1, 2, and there. So there's 2 little reps, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of them, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm almost at the end. So I'm just gonna add that last little, I think like I said, these are 2 millimeter rondelles, and I'm just gonna add this little one here. And they kind of stand up on their own. At first I thought, how am I gonna stand these up? But nope. Once you wrap the wire around, stand up on their own, see? Just kind of get it nice and tight there. Get a little pull, and I give it 3 last wraps just to finish it off. Make sure everything is in place. And so now we have our little ear cuff that is all decorated. Now what I did was, I do have some chain that I purchased online. Where, I do not remember. It's one of those that you don't remember, you just have it in your stash. Anybody like that? Drop a yes in the comments. That you just find these things and you're like, oh yeah, I have this, whatever's on the video. So I have some of this chain. It's a little too gold, but I think it'll be fine. I mean, they start to fade anyway with time. So I have this little piece, and I cut, it was 10 centimeters. Because once you listen to that video, she does explain it. So I will apologize. She does give directions in Spanish on what she's doing. So she said she cut 10 centimeters of chain. So there you go, like that. Pretty sure if I stretch it out, it should be 10 centimeters. So 10 centimeters of chain. And then I did wrap some of these little, what do you call them? Little drops. Again, they're like super tiny, 2 millimeter probably. And a little drop here. So I have already 2 little drops. And I did wrap one just to speed things up. I wrapped one little guy here, one little rondelle. And I'm going to do one more, and I'll show you quick how I do that. All right, so you take 24 gauge wire and get your nails out of the way. Need to cut my nails. Like that. And then you bend it 90 degrees. Grab your chain nose pliers to bend 90 degrees. Bring in your round nose pliers, and I'm still working off the spool here. Then I'm going to take my round nose pliers, make a loop, move it out of the way, and then start wrapping the extra wire. Probably have like 5 or 8 centimeters of wire here, like so. So I do like 1.5 maybe, because what I want to do, I'm going to show you in just a minute. While my little bead escapes over here. No, don't leave me. So I'm holding the bead in place like that. And what you want to do is hold the bead in place, and at the same time wrap your wire. I'm trying to create here is a bead cap, but I don't want the whole thing to twist. I don't know why this is like the third intent. There. Nope. See how it wants to twist the whole thing? I need to keep the bead right there. Once you get it going, I swear to you, it's easier. Come on. See how it's starting to create a little bead cap? Right there. There we go. Like, do right there. There, because if I keep twisting, I'm going to end up breaking that wire. Let me tell you, the bead is too small to make any more loops. Then you take this side, cut off the little longer piece as well. This side is a lot easier. But there's another little step that you can't forget. And I kept forgetting and I had to keep rewiring. Which I don't mind, but I mind wasting my wire. So before you close the loop, you got to put your other little bead in there that you already have made, so that you're not having to use jump rings and then making it longer than you really want. So here we go. So I'm just going to get in there and hold it with my chain nose pliers and start wrapping around. Just making sure to go along the bead. There, cut the end right there. You can still see the bead, but it's got a little decorative thingamajig to it. Little decorative spiral. Thingamajig is Minnesotan. You can tell where I'm from by my accent. All right, so now we have the 3 little rondelles, like the video. 3 little rondelles and 2 drops that are wrapped. I'm gonna grab 1 little jump ring. We're gonna grab our little rondelles and close this one. So now we have our little chain, and so what you do, according to her video, you kind of, I mean, you can measure it if you want to measure the center part, but what you do is you take your chain and you kind of curve it in the middle, like so. So you kind of decide how much you want to hang. I mean, you could always cut it in half and just join one piece on the other side, but this is how she has it. So I need 1 more jump ring. So there you go. There is our ear cuff, and I made 2. Made another one too. Made 2, 1 for each ear, but aren't these just worn on 1 ear? So let's try it on. See what it looks like. Okay. Be right back. Okay, you guys, so it looks like I'm going to have to record a voiceover for this part of the video. I now am reusing my phone to record video because my camera is a whole big setup that I used to have. So I'm using my phone and I'm using it with my microphone, and I get the feeling that after a long time of recording, it just goes kaput. So I'm gonna have to pay better attention to that or have a second recording in the background because I can't. This is very frustrating and I apologize for it. I am showing you here the ear cuff, the finished ear cuff. I think it looks really fun. My sister says it's for only younger people. I love the way it looks on me. I think it looks super cute. And especially with an outfit like what I'm wearing, or even with your hair down, it'd probably be looking super pretty. But yeah, so that is, and I'm showing you my dress. I am wearing it from Time and True. I got it at Walmart. I thought it was a really cool dress, as I'm trying not to fall out of my chair here. It's got pockets, a really lovely dress for the summer. Again, I got it at Walmart for, I think it was like 19 or 17 bucks. The material that it's made from is very lovely, very light. It's kind of like a cotton blend. Very cool, especially for the hot summer months here in Texas. It's already hot. So I'm looking forward to wearing it to church on Sundays. And it's like slimming. It's got those little ties on the shoulders. Really, really love it for the price. I think it's really good deal. And I think that the ear cuff that we just made goes perfect with it. And it looks super cute with the dress. And especially if you put your hair up like that to make it really show off the dangles that it's got on it. Also, let me know if you like this style of video. I have no idea what I'm saying here, but let me know if you like this style of video and where I pick a reel and then we recreate it together. If you do like it, then I will choose another reel and record a new one in the near future. For now, I'm going to let you guys go because this is probably super awkward watching me talk and not in sync with whatever the heck I'm saying on the camera. So again, I am so sorry. We will figure this out. We will figure this out, this new way of recording. And for now, please don't forget to hit that like button if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I've got lots more fun stuff coming up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.